The 25th Hour Radio Show.
Dr. Sims, if you don't mind, let's start the show off like this. What got you interested in the veterinary medicine field? When did you first realize that that's what you wanted to do as a career?
Well, I've always been interested in animals. My folks had dogs and cats and horses, and I grew up around them. Have always been an important part of my life. And I decided that I wanted to have a career that involved animals, and I like science and technology, and medicine certainly involves that. And and having the opportunity to help people and their pets is just really everything I could ever want.
Now, was it your goal from the very beginning to eventually own your own clinic? I mean, is that pretty standard for all vets? I mean, or is that something you just decided to do yourself?
Well, I've always been sort of an independent person, and owning my own clinic is kind of just a continuation of that. I owned my own business when I was in high school and college, and so being self-employed has a lot of features that I like about it.
You know, so we're actually here to talk about your new series on NatGeo Wild called Aloha Vet that premieres this Saturday, March 21st at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. How did this all come about for you? How did you get involved with National Geographic?
Well, it was never my intent to be a TV personality of any kind. I just want to focus on the animals. But a client of mine by the name of Laird Hamilton, who's a very well-known, world-famous professional surfer, and he had a little dog named Speedy who was injured very, very badly, and Speedy had to come in sort of repeatedly to work on this injury or these injuries that he had. And Laird was being filmed for some portion of a reality show about him, and he brought the TV cameras in with him, asked if they could come in the operating room, which is standard operating practice at my place. And I guess they liked what they saw, because they called me a few days later and asked if I would do a reality TV show.
Now, you're doing some pretty interesting things. I mean, I'm looking at your press release here, and it states not only do you treat domestic animals, but you treat wild animals as well. Is that true? Is there ever any danger involved with that?
Not too much danger with most of the wild animals that I see, and I'm not treating lions and bears. Those get pretty dangerous. But most of the wild animals that I see are pretty benign, and that's so the dangerous animals are probably the horses and the cows. But the wild animals make it a lot more interesting.
I bet.
They are truly amazing. The show really is real. I mean, all the cases are real cases. It's not set up.
So being located on an island, it's got to be tough getting around in certain situations. And if I understand correctly, you've had to ride a horse, drive an ATV, fly a plane, and even swim to get to a sick or injured animal. Now that's what I call dedication, brother. You know what I mean? So if an animal is hurt or sick, you're going to get there, right?
Oh yeah. There's pretty much nothing you're going to keep me from getting to if it needs to get seen. I fly my own plane that I built several years ago over to the other islands on a regular basis, probably a couple times a month at least. And I have been known to get on an ATV or hike through the hills, and even I went scuba diving. You can see in the show we go scuba diving to get a turtle that's caught in fishing line.
Even though the show focuses on you and your veterinary adventures, there's other people involved with the show as well. Who else do you have working with you?
Well, I have two assistants on the show. Ella, who is a pre-veterinary student. She's finishing up her undergraduate work and going to be applying to vet school probably this year. And Dia, who is a local gal who helps out on occasion.
Was it tough for you to adjust to having the cameras on you while you worked? I mean, did it take a little getting used to?
Yeah, it does a little bit, although it doesn't take very long before you kind of forget that they're there and you're focused on your animal like you're supposed to be, you know. The camera crews are very good about kind of staying out of the way. They do add to the time factor a little bit before and after time. It's not so much the intrasurgical time. You know, during surgery, you cannot be paying attention to the cameras. You have to be thinking about your job. But the before and after interviews and stuff like that take a lot of extra time.
Are you going to be watching the series premiere for the first time just like everyone else?
Right now, I have only seen one episode. I saw the cut for the first episode, and I have no editorial control over it at all. Okay, the production company does all of that, and so I just have to have faith they don't make me look too stupid. But but I don't think they have. It was a lot of fun. I enjoyed watching the first episode. I gotta confess, it was kind of fun.
So is there a website or any social media sites you'd like to direct our listeners to get more information about the show or your practice?
You know, they are helping me set up some of those things. I'm not real social media savvy, as they say.
Yeah.
But there is we do have a Facebook account. It's Scott Sims Aloha Vet, and there's also a Twitter account, which is Scott Sims DVM. Then the National Geographic Wild has their website, which has all kinds of wonderful things on it.
You know, I just want to remind everyone to tune in March 21st at 9 p.m. Eastern Time for the premiere of Aloha Vet on NatGeo Wild. Dr. Sims, it's been an absolute pleasure speaking with you today. Thank you for joining us on the show today.
Thank you very much for having me. It's been a pleasure.
The 25th Hour Radio Show.